Hey everybody, welcome back to another video I'm doing right here, right now, in front of you. And I'm going to tell you right now, this base is very special to me, okay? I don't know if I'm going to keep this intro, but if I do, hope everybody's doing great. I hope your day is great. Hope it's a great day. And this base I built is, I got to tell you, one of my favorites. I worked pretty hard on it. Okay, I'm not going to say that. Lots of things that I say that I'm like, I don't know if I should. I'm just going to be myself, okay? I'm just going to be me. Living the dream, okay? Which is sitting in front of a camera in his apartment. I don't really have a name. I called it the Floating Mansion, but I kind of want to change that because although it is a pretty big place, I don't know if that's like a generic kind of boring name, you know, Floating Mansion. Would you come up with that, you know, with a crayon? So hopefully... Okay, I'm thinking I'm in my head too much, so I got to not do that and just give you guys the content that I know I can put out. Okay, so this base is actually one of those bases that, you know, you build and you just never forget because the amount of problems I ran into building this base, let me tell you. But I wanted to give you all kind of the granddaddy tour of this base, and I'm really upset that it's nighttime now. So we're on planet Orange Peel, and this planet is one of those planets that has floating islands. That's right. If we just take a peek here, it has a bunch of floating islands. And I gotta tell you guys, it took me a pretty long time to find a planet with floating islands because they're pretty rare. It's better to see it in the daytime, so why don't we just make it day real quick. Look at all those floating islands. They are floating around. They're floating around like bubbles in a bathtub, okay? That's how many. There are tons of them. They're right there. And one of the cool things about the floating islands is that there are waterfalls and rivers, which I'm going to show you. We have sort of the landing bay area, and this is one of the rivers here. Kind of flows through to a waterfall that we'll get to inside the base. But basically, this area is just kind of the docking area. I have 3 different docks. I don't know if I should go into like photo mode just to kind of this is one of the rivers here and one of the waterfalls, as you can see. I just love that they added these. So, you know, this is where you come, no liquid, to land and basically check out the base that we have going on here. I really wanted it to be like an open court sort of area where other people can land and check out the goods that are inside this base. So we are going to head inside this base, and let me tell you something. There's the river. Look at it right there. Look at that water. Now, we have a couple of different, you know, we got some sculptures here. We got some trees that we grew, and we have 2 front doors because you got to have 2, right? Not just one. Now, I apologize about this situation going on here. I tried to circle it. Didn't work right here. It's not okay. That didn't. Basically, I've noticed when you build a lot in this game and you put a lot of lights and things all in one area, the game starts to deteriorate. So I don't know if that's what's going on here, but it looks like the game is having some 8-bit trouble. So why don't we head into the base, okay? Now, coming on in, this is kind of a living room area that you kind of come into, but this is actually a new addition. Basically, whenever the boundary gets a little wonky, you just turn this thing on, and it gives you a little laser light show. So, really cool addition they added there. Thank you, Sean. This is kind of the You walk in, you smell the trees that are there. There are trees right there. Check them out. You're just kind of getting the lay of the land. You're just trying to feel for what this base has to offer, okay? A little seating area where you can enjoy a little galaxy show with a robot that floats around the galaxy. So what I'm going to do is we have a couple ways we can go. We have a downstairs, we have a left, and we have a right. So why don't I take you to the kitchen? Because as you guys know, kitchen, one of the best rooms in the house, right? Because we have some ice sculptures. Check them out. Look at that. And I really love doing indirect lighting where I'll kind of hide the lights because it just kind of creates this sort of mood that just gets me, you know, just oily. Got a little fish tank, and we gotta commemorate Chubbs because he is our one and only savior. It says antimatter reactor, but what it means to say is portable freezer. Now, I also built a little cappuccino stand, right? If you want to get some I don't know why I said stand. It's a cappuccino machine with some blinking lights. We got the teapot, tea kettles. They are over here together. And some mugs. Check them out. But, you know, the usual stuff you put in the kitchen. You get your compactor. You got your stove. It's a high-tech stove. It's one of those high-tech, also low-tech, 1800 stoves. I didn't put anything on these. I didn't put anything on. Nothing on the shelf. I didn't put nothing on there. But you can pretend there's something there, right? We can all in our minds envision some things on those shelves. I wanted this to be a microwave. I thought about it being a microwave, but every time I look at it, I don't think of a microwave. I think of some kind of robot with a silly hat on. Got a Venus flytrap here. And we also have a couple of thermoses because I like to chug coffee. I don't know. I just figured you got 3 that are all the same size and then 1 that's just bigger than my toenail. Although there is a smaller one there too. Got a sink, right? Got to have a sink and a dishwasher, right? Vroom, vroom, vroom. That's not the sound of a dishwasher, but okay. I know that there's dishes near dishwasher and they should be in the dishwasher, but these dishes are actually China. So they are way more valuable than any other dishes, and I'm not going to put them in the dishwasher so they get ruined, and then I can't resell them on, Etsy or whatever. We got a fridge. Got to have a fridge with some stickers and magnets and all that fun stuff. But coming out of there, I did put a little bit of a dining room, okay? It's pretty nice. Got some, plants and a fireplace and some trophies. But, I really wanted it to be a very sort of cozy, let's make some dinner and mingle with the family, right? That's what we're doing here in No Man's Sky. Now, this actually comes out to a balcony area, which I guess I could take you to right now real quick. It's basically kind of the front, back of the base. That didn't make sense, but basically it's an area where you come out and you look at the stars and you wonder, why is anything existing? All right, so let me come back into where we were so we can continue this wonderful tour. So yeah, dining room, kitchen, get some yum-yums and eat them right here in front of people. And then we can walk back to where we were into the foyer. Now this, again, little area, and there are some stairs. We're going to go down them, but before we do that, let me come into here. There's a tiny fireplace, right? You got to have a teeny tiny fireplace next to a bunch of flammable things. Now, this is not just any garden. I know you're probably thinking, Matic, you do a lot of gardens in your videos, and I do, and I love to have gardens. But the thing that makes this garden even more spectacular is we have some of our favorite creatures that we have found over the years in No Man's Sky. We have Mr. Turtle here. We also have some sort of scary beetle-looking thing, whatever that is, and flower meets mammal. So they're all here and they're living it up. They're living their best life. And look, the sun is rising. Isn't this is awesome? I'm loving this, guys. Isn't this great? Aren't you so glad you clicked on this video? You have a sunrise next to a turtle. This is fucking fantastic. And the fireplace even goes to a chimney. And you're probably wondering, does smoke even come out of that chimney? Yeah. You know what the answer is? It's gonna be yes. Okay? It's gonna be a resounding yes. I can't get on the roof. Look at that. That's not an engine, okay? That is a chimney. So we have a little nice garden area. We also have some more plants and, the rock garden, as they call it. But I want to show you this little area here. Another fish tank. Hello, fishies. and a terrarium where you can type some things in and make some things happen. Not really. I talked about it in one of my videos. I really wish that Hello Games would have put some type of animal, some type of like alien creature crawling around in there, because I would love it. And again, another garden. This one doesn't have any creatures, but it does have a mushroom, which you gotta love the mushroom. It definitely doesn't look like the tip of a penis. This is where you come to, deal with your problems, right? And the plants and the rocks, they take all your problems and they put them in the soil. This goes out to the other side of that balcony that I showed you. Check it out. But what we're going to do is we are now going to start heading into more of the main vein of this base, because this base has a lot to offer. Let me tell you, she is a beauty, right? Her name is Bertha. If she had a name, it would be Bertha, because Bertha, when I think of Bertha, I think of a big, large, being. This is where things are going to get a little nutty. Now, I have here a window to the water fountain, or the waterfall, I guess. It's not a fountain. It's a waterfall. It's falling water. What I wanted to do was on every level have a little window to peer into the waterfall. So we'll check that out a little bit later. But before we do, let's check this out, right? Just take it in, okay? This is where you come to then go to another part of the base, because you don't ever hang out in this area is like purgatory. You don't want to stay here too long. So let's head out in here. This is where we have some nip, which by the way is worth a lot in this game, okay? So it's a very good commodity to grow in your bases. And we also have some carbon, and gotta have a second terrarium, because 2 terrariums are way better than just 1. So let me know what you think in the comments. Just if you could put a comment down and let me know what you think so far of the base. Like the video. If you want to subscribe, I'm not going to stop you. So we're going to come out of there. And now we're going to head to my bedroom, because y'all know I always build a bedroom in my bases. We're going to head on in there. And this is a bedroom if I've ever seen one. Posters on the where are the lights that I had. Okay. So I had lights that were underneath these posters, and they're not there now, so I don't know. I deleted something earlier, and I couldn't figure it out, and I just figured it out live on camera, so I ended up fixing it, and let me know what you think in the comments. I don't know if these were the right lights that I used last time, but there you go. A shelf for all of our knickknacks and diddly doodles, and we also have here where we game, okay? This is where it all goes down, right? We got the keyboard. You got the old mouse that looks like something else. Got some servers here because they need to handle the power of the PC, okay? Can you handle it? And we also have a nice bed area. We have, little Chubb pillows, right? Chubb's got to be printed on my pillows, so when I wake up, he's right there. Posters on the wall, all that fun jazz, and a television, so I can watch Oprah as I fall asleep. Reruns, of course, because she doesn't do her show anymore because 25 years was enough. And yeah, I just kind of figured I'd have a little bit of some screens, and look at that view. My God. So we're going to come out of the bedroom, and we are going to head now to... There's planets. And we also have some nice couches. And this is just, it really feels like you can just expand within this room, okay? There's a lot of room to expand the body. Lots of trees. I actually want to show you this room when it's nighttime, because it definitely looks way better in the dark. And we also have the nice extra large windows. Had to put those in because they just give you such a great view of the planet that's right there. We also got some antimatter in the middle. Don't touch it because you'll explode. But coming out of there, we also have another fish tank. We got some, Oh, yeah, we got some tubes here. Got to show off the tubes. And, a couch with an art piece. I don't know what that is, but yeah, check it out. Got some, jelly jellers. And, of course, another window to another lower level window view of the waterfall out there, which we're going to get to soon. It's coming up. And gotta pay tribute to Chubbs. How you doing, buddy? Wait, where is he? Usually I can see Chubbs a mile away, but not today. He is slimming down. So yeah, this is kind of like the nice living room. Everybody comes together to check out the view. I also got these nice lamps. I kind of wanted like a space theme, but I think that's what this is all about. It's just like, oh, modern art. I don't know what it's supposed to be. But then you also have planets, so it's like this futuristic. I was just going, and this is what came out. Got to have your skylights so you can see your other planets. But we'll come back to this room when it gets darker out, because it is definitely better when it is dark. So we're going to head back up here, and now this is where we have two choices, right? We can either go that way or that way, and the funny thing is they both lead to the same place, so it doesn't really matter which one we go through. But we're going to come down here, and this is what I would call the theater room, okay? So I've never built a movie theater in any of my bases before, so I figured today's the day. You can watch all kinds of movies. I mean, there is no limit to what movies you can't watch, okay? Terminator, put it in the DVD player. It'll work. Got all these nice chairs here. So you have your theater room, but then you also have this sort of hallway, this decoratory hallway that wraps around. You got your nice window sash here, right? Enjoy the view with all the floating islands. But you also got some couches, and this basically wraps around theater room right here, right? But then you can come back around here, and it's like a rectangle pretty much. But coming from the theater room, this is where we have the waterfall. And the downside to the waterfall is that the game thinks you're outside when you're in here, even though it's enclosed. There is a roof and everything. It has something to do with this terrain here, because if you notice, this terrain, you can't get rid of it. It's a forever terrain. You can't really do anything to it. But also, if you build too far into the terrain, it doesn't let you delete what you built. So basically, I didn't want to build too far into it because of the fact that I wouldn't be able to delete what I built. So yeah, that's why there's like terrain coming out of part of the walls and stuff, because I can't get rid of it. But yeah, this is basically waterfall area. You got your seating, got your nice little relaxing lounge area. Looks like a pimple. Look at that. We got a gusher. On the table. Really quickly also, over here, we have our battery zone, right? Got to have your batteries locked away in a closet. So this is the theater room. Showed you guys this, right? We got some nice stuff going on. Let me take you to one of the last parts of the base, which is the basement, because you always got to have a basement, right? And I didn't actually have an area for my storage containers last time, but this time your boy made sure there was an area for them. There's also windows, and we're growing some nip-nip. This is fantastic, right? This is where it's all happening. Basically just wanted an area to grow some nip-nip, to have storage containers. I was going to do something with this area. Oh, I just put one of those, I was going to say forklift, but definitely not a forklift. And I also put some see-through floors so you can see just how high this mansion is. Look at that. And yeah, I really love, I know I did these windows last time, but I just love how they look, especially these ones, because they're kind of smaller, they're little, like squares. It reminds me of like a chocolate bar. I just want to break it off and put it in my mouth. So let me take you guys, I think that's pretty much the majority of the base. Let me show you that one room when it's nighttime, because it's definitely a lot better. So we come up here, right? We got this area, which I just love how those lamps look. I just love how that turned out. And of course, the waterfall area, really nice and colorful. But check it out, guys. Look at this. It's one of those rooms where it's like, I just want to get a joint and listen to some Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? Now, the one thing I love is this view right here. I just love that planet with the window, and you got the chairs and Kanye West, and of course the planets, and then the skylights. It's just, yeah, this room really is a chill sesh. You know what I mean? We're session, we're chilling. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the entire base. But yeah, let me take you all back up here. We saw down there. We saw the kitchen area. Again, this is what it looks like at night. Got a nice kitchen. Although I think it was nighttime when I showed you the kitchen originally. So come out here. We got the nice courtyard area. We also got some sculptures with some plants. And then I also had over here, I built kind of this walkway. And I wanted to do a garden. I wanted to have this like really beautiful garden, but I had some issues building with this terrain, and I just kind of said, you know what, I'm just going to focus more on the actual base itself. There's that 8-bit glitching going on again. To show you all, this is what the waterfall, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you who play No Man's Sky have already seen these, and you can't get rid of them. This is all forever terrain. They do not let you, and it makes sense, right? You know, you can't destroy the floating island. So yeah, this is what she looks like in her entirety. Just kind of literally hanging over the edge of the floating island. And I love the Aurora Borealis they put. Like, the other one that I had was green. This one's nice and red. You know, a lot of the time when I build these bases, I always think to myself, man, I wish I would have done X, Y, or Z. But at the end of the day, you know, you got to just be done, right? You got to just say to yourself, you know what? I put enough effort into this base. It's time to let her go, right? Like you're releasing a fish out into the pond. Where am I going with this camera? It's one of those things where it's like, it's time to let the base go and show it off to the people. All right, everybody. So let me know what you think of the base. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think. I really want to know your feedback. I have other base tours that I've done. I got a whole playlist of other bases. I also have, No Man's Sky tutorials. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for getting this part of the video. Go check out my channel. Check out my playlist. Check out my other base tours, other videos I've done, reaction stuff. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. That's it.